The CrossFit Games. Before the CrossFit Games came out, or happened this year, steroids.
Yeah.
Steroids was huge, right? A couple of huge athletes were tested positive and disqualified from the games, and I think it's like a 3-year policy. I think that's what I saw last. You did physique competitions prior, and the reason we're having this conversation is because I DM you on Instagram, and I see the comments, the occasional steroid comment here and there. Tell me, obviously you don't use it. You were negative all the way through. You finished the games. You finished 6th. You're not using steroids. Does it bother you when people accuse you of using steroids? Does that bother you? And what was your thought on the steroid use of the competitors you were competing with?
Yes. So, I mean, yes, it bothers me when people accuse me of using steroids and stuff. And I always just talk with the people in our gym. So, like, we see how hard you work, and we know you're not using steroids. Just you're in here for 5-6 hours a day. Like, you work your butt off. We see the way you eat. You have to eat super clean. You follow strict nutrition and everything. And it's one of those things, positive and negatives come with each sport. So, I mean, there's going to be the haters out there. And most of them are, like, and on Instagram, 99% of the time, it's people that, like, don't have pictures.
Exactly.
And stuff. And you're just like,
whatever.
Okay, whatever. If this is going to make you feel better, if this is going to make you sleep at night, go for it. Whatever. Easily delete it. You're gone. That's fine.
Bye.
And as far as like the drug testing policy and people getting caught, I mean, I think it's great that they're more strict this year. And I know some people are like, how come so many people got caught this year? Well, it's because they did a lot of random testing in regionals. Like before it started, the very first day of regionals, they randomly selected people to go and drug test. Whereas before it was always just the top 5 athletes that were going to go to the games that would get tested. So this year during the athlete orientation, they picked, I don't know if it was like around 8 people from individuals and then 8 people from teams as well, just to randomly go and do the drug test before the competition started. And then they obviously tested the top 5 again, individuals and teams, male and female, after the entire thing was done. So I think it's good that they're cracking down more and they're testing more. And they actually took, usually before they had just taken urine, this year they selected 2 of the top 5 to take their blood. So they took 2 of our blood, which I guess is even better. So they're cracking down even a little bit more.
And I have to say, so yes, because CrossFitters in general are athletes, and fitness is the sport. Fitness is the sport. So all of these athletes look insanely ripped, they're ripped. You guys are just ripped, right? So from the outside eye, especially if you don't do CrossFit, you look at them and you say, obviously they're all on steroids, obviously, right? But I really appreciate how the games, just the CrossFit Games, Dave Castro, the whole team, the organization, how they attacked the steroids. They were like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Yes, if we catch people, hooray, we catch people. We're going to make it publicly known. Everyone's going to know you used it, and we're going to kick them out and tell them you can't join. I think that's the best way to go about it. Any other way is just like you're trying to hide. You're not being honest. They just were like all up front, transparent about everything. It was great. It was phenomenal. It was the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
And I am, yes. If you are listening to this, that means you have just watched a clip of the Everyday Hero show with me and Kari Pearce, the fittest American in the world. Yes, that's absolutely amazing. I can't believe I landed this interview. I am really sorry about the video quality of our interview, and that is, if you didn't even see the video quality, that is the reason you were just seeing pictures of Kari Pearce or video clips of Kari Pearce. But what I want to say is you can find the entire Everyday Hero show interview with Kari Pearce on my podcast, Q the Nurse. Find it anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts. I am super thankful that I had the interview. I am insanely pissed off that the video quality was shit, but the content is still there. Kari Pearce, you are the goddamn shit. I cannot wait till you place in 2019's CrossFit Games. Woot woot.